Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So as you can see in my title, in this episode, I brought up a very big topic, which is time. But don't worry, I will not put it very complicated because I don't want to scare you off. It's just that I have noticed, like a lot of people, especially young generations, they are struggling with the problems relative with time. And also a lot of people, they are talking about aging and death. So all this and the books I read gave me this inspiration to do this episode. And I hope that today's episode can give you some new perspectives or maybe change your ideas about time so that it can alleviate your anxiety to some extent, maybe. That's even better. Yeah, and a very quick disclaimer. I'm not gonna lecture you like a professional. And of course, this is by no means professional mental therapy, that kind of thing. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so before I crack on, I prepared 4 leading questions for you to think about for a while. And the first one is, what do you take time? And the second one is, how do you measure time? And the third one is, are there many moments in your life you felt you've wasted so much time? And the last one is, did you wait for a result for a very long time but just to find it void at the end? I think you can pause here and give yourself a moment to think of it and then come back. So, section 1, I'm gonna tell you how do I understand time. My answer is like this. I believe time doesn't exist. It is nothing but just a unit of measurement like volume, speed, and length. It is just we human beings give time a lot of meanings. I have got this idea actually from some sci-fi movies. And I suppose most of you have watched those movies, especially from the very well-known director called Christopher Nolan and his movie called Interstellar and Tenet. And there is also another one called Arrival. So in all these movies, the very core is past, now, and future happens actually at the same time. And I guess this is also the very fundamental theory in quantum physics, a discipline talking about quantum entanglement and superposition, that kind of thing. This also reminds me of a writing approach, or shall I put it like rhetoric in literature. It is called palindrome. Okay, so palindrome in Oxford Dictionary, it is a word or phrase that reads the same backwards as forwards. So for example, the word refer, spelling S-R-E-F-E-R, and the word level, spelling as L-E-V-E-L. You found the secret, right? And all these are like a very strong evidence to tell me that the past, the right now moment, and the future actually happens at the same time. So it means what you have is only now. What you are now is a compound of past. And what you are now and what you are doing right now decides what you will be in the future. I'm gonna use a simple graph to walk you through my section 2. So here is a coordinate grid. The horizontal axis represents time and the vertical represents life. So here life means those good and bad things, those ups and downs that happen in your life. So every moment in your life is actually a discrete point. Then it means those moments in the past actually shape into who you are right now. Specifically, your memory, your experience and understanding about this world, and also your life philosophies. And for the future, the same. What you are doing every moment from now on will shape into a future version of you. At this point, if you happen to read a book called Atomic Habits, I guess you'll be very easily relate to what I'm saying here. The essence of this book can be one sentence. It is everything compounds. Let's take habit as an example. If during the past years you have been sticking to a very small, healthy eating habit, like control the portion of your each meal, then probably right now you are in a very good body shape, or you are less risky to get disease. So this just means a small habit, when it piles up every day, it will have a profound impact on your life. And when you start to cultivate a new habit right now, probably after 2 or 3 years, you will gain unexpected benefits from it. So this is called everything compounds and every moment counts. Then under the topic of time, we can easily draw a conclusion that the very important moment is actually now. What we have and what we can control is now. And what we can do is also consciously focus on now. Coming to this point, I think you probably want to ask me, but how? Let's step into the section 3. I'm gonna tell you how I deal with it and achieve a state of flow. I actually make it into a 3-step approach to gradually achieve our goal, which is to seize every moment. So the first step is to change your perspectives about time. Every time when you are overwhelmed by your negative emotions, you can consciously observe your thinking. I bet it is either lingering in your past regrets, or trapped in the anxiety or fear of your future. Sometimes maybe indulge in some future fantasy, but for the past, you have to know that what's been done is done. I believe some of you may know in the UK there is a word people always say is it is what it is. It may sound very passive, but it is so true because we just cannot change the past. The past is already there. And for the future, no matter how much anxious you are right now, things will never go as you expect. So, letting go of your regrets and worryings and expectations, only use time when you want to deal with some practical purpose. Like when you want to learn some lessons from the past, you can temporarily sit in that experience to draw some conclusions. And only think of future when you set goals and daily plans to make them realized. And I also know there are a lot of people, their mentality is to get things settled one by one. For example, paying the bills, repairing cars, and finishing the body check, and then they can start to live their own life. But there is no such a thing. Every moment is your life. I can still recall a word from a TV drama I watched before. It says, life is not to make a dish. It's not that you have all your ingredients get well prepared and then put them together into the pot and start to cook. You have to know that the earth won't stop rotating, no matter what happens now. And the sun will still rise tomorrow, anyway. Okay, once you've built yourself with this mindset, knowing that you're actually living the moment, you can come to the second step, which is to do some intentional practices. Like consciously drag yourself out from your thoughts and emotions. Just highly concentrate on something you are good at. For me, I would choose to do meditation and crochet. Meditation is not easy, but I've been practicing yoga for a very long time, so it won't be too hard for me. I just try to concentrate on my breath. I count numbers every time when I inhale and exhale. And other times I choose to do the crocheting because when I do the crocheting, I really need to count the numbers. Otherwise, it's gonna be a disaster. So many mistakes. Anyway, you can find something to cultivate your concentration. Okay, after you have built yourself a new mindset and high concentration, I believe you'll naturally experience a state of flow. In positive psychology, flow is the mental state in which a person performing some activity is fully immersed in a feeling of energized focus, full involvement, and enjoyment in the process of the activity. So, in essence, flow is characterized by the complete absorption in what one does and a resulting transformation in one's sense of time. I'll share with you a time when I experienced a state of flow. It happened when I was in hospital. I was waiting for my turn to meet my doctor. I guess in that case, there's no one would feel emotionally secure. Everyone sitting there would worry about the results. But for me at that time, I have already changed my perspective about time. I know what I can do is to take any result, and if I get ill, I just, take the medicine or whatever to fix it. So I just took out my iPad and start to read some Korean short articles, the kind of one showing in exam papers. And within that 15 or 20 minutes, I just highly focused on what I was reading. I forgot where I was and what is waiting for me, that kind of thing. I think that was an experience. I was in a flow state of mind. So now I'm working on to get myself in that kind of state for as many times as I can, especially when I want to complete some tasks very efficiently and effectively. It is like ultimately I realized that what matters is really the moment called now. Letting go of the past and the future. I just enjoy every bite when I eat. I sleep when I sleep. I come to realize that if I'm still trapped in the past and the future, nothing gonna be changed and nothing gonna be better. I guess that's it. This is what I want to share with you about my thinking and my understanding of time. So I hope this episode really hit home and give you some new angles to rethink about time. Before I wrap up this episode, there is a small achievement of mine I really want to share with you. Actually, before I do this podcast, I have been running a social media official account. It's actually quite popular in China. It's a modern version of traditional blog, I think. Many creators they post their pictures or some articles, and nowadays even some companies marketing and promoting on that account and also offer some services for the customers like that. So in my account, I mainly post some English learning tips and some articles and things about translation. And recently, I just shifted to Korean learning. I shared my oral Korean practice and the short articles I wrote down to encourage other Korean learners and share some resources I have. But in a recent week, I don't know, somehow the view counts of the last two posts keep going up. Like before, the view counts is only 30 to 50. But recently, the last two posts, increased into over 200. Oh my god, 200. Can you imagine the difference for me from 30 to 200? So I was quite astonished and flattered. I don't know what happened. I didn't do any marketing, especially self-marketing on other social media platform. I just sent, okay, this is my account and I gonna share some resources to help you learn English or Korean. Even the hashtag is not trending. So there is no many people are fed with my post, I guess. So there is even no algorithm thing. That's why I'm so surprised and happy to see that. And even the number of followers still keeps going up. Anyway, it makes me happy and I think I'm gonna make more effort on it to post more and often in the future. Okay, that's all. Thank you. I'll stop rambling and stop the episode here. Hope to see you next time. Bye.